let's move on. The Premier League first weekend is back. We're back. Here we go. Premier League football, the creme de la creme of football in the world is here. And a lot of weird things happened. Of course, kicked off with Man City winning 3-0 over Burnley. So normal business resumed, I guess. Arsenal then beat Forest 2-0, and it was like, okay, we're back. 2-0, 2-1, I should say. Yeah, Forest did get a late goal. Pardon me, but yeah. Just not really like anything major happened over this weekend. No upsets. Obviously, Brentford and Tottenham drawing 2-2. Ange's Premier League debut ended in an okay result. 2-2 away at Brentford is not bad. Probably a 40% good result. Brighton winning 4-1 over Luton. Brighton look really good. Brighton looks scary good. Like, scary good. I really... Yeah, Brighton looks scary good, hey. Maybe I've had underestimated them. And I'll tell you who else looks scary good. Newcastle looks scary good. They beat Villa 5-1 at home. I know Villa didn't really have any of their new signings starting. Like three of their... I know Diego Carlos isn't really a new signing, but he basically is, considering that he did his ACL. When did he do his ACL? He played 3 games last year. He played 3 games last year. So he essentially is a new signing. Tielemans, Pau Torres, and Diego Carlos basically didn't... I mean, Pau Torres came on in the 31st minute for Mings, but he didn't start the game. Of course, other players didn't start the game that Villa have signed, so they're going to warm into the season. You think Diaby obviously started and got a goal. Alexander Isaac with a brace. My golden boot prediction could be coming true, just quietly. Barnes off the bench with a goal and an assist. He's going to be very good for them. I rate Harvey Barnes highly. I think coming in off that left-hand side, I should say. Coming off that left-hand side, I think it can be a very, very valuable asset for them. Cutting in. He has the ability to cut in, can also drift out wide and really hug the touchline. I think he's quite versatile. Probably doesn't have the pace of someone like a St. Maximin, who he's basically replaced, or someone like an Anthony Gordon. Doesn't have the pace, but probably has the technical ability to make up for it. Very good in tight spaces, very good close control, and I think we saw that in both of his scoring involvements. Callum Wilson off the bench scoring, Tonali scoring the first of the season inside 10 minutes. Very good from Newcastle. They look really scary, and it's a team that I wouldn't want to be versing. Put it that way. Coming into the season, Sheffield United losing, Palace obviously scoring Odsonne Edouard quite late on, or semi late on, I should say. Fulham winning 1-0 against Everton. That's concerning for Everton. You shouldn't be losing that game to Fulham at home. Their team is so bleak. I'm sorry, their team is so bleak. And what Pickford, Patterson, Keane, Tarkowski, Young, James Garner, obviously signing from Forest and United, Guay, Onana, Iwobi, Doucouré, Maupay. I know they've got players like Danjuma didn't start, so he'll warm into the team, and obviously once DCL comes back, they didn't sell Dominic Calvert-Lewin, did they? No, I'm making that up. I'm right. Yeah, I'm making that up. Yeah. I was just like, yeah, he just injured. Yeah. I wasn't making that up. So yeah, I don't see. Yeah, that's a very poor result for Everton. I know Fulham are good. Everton probably dominated the most part. Had 19 shots to 9, 2.73 expected goals to 1. Leno got man of the match. So I don't know. Weird. You can't be losing that if you're Everton, though. You can't be losing that if you're Everton. That puts them on the back foot early, because that's one of the games where you just need to win to secure. Like, come the end of the season, we're probably going to be looking at that game and thinking, gee, if they just got a point against Fulham, they'd be in such a better position, or even 3 points, which I probably should have got. A lot of weird. I think that could have big ramifications come to the end of the year, but who knows? Obviously, Bournemouth and West Ham drew 1-1. And then Chelsea versus Liverpool drew 1-1 as well. This football club, the Chelsea Football Club, are genuinely going to be the death of me. I stayed up at 1:30. I was very tired. I had work at 9 a.m. the next day, or this morning, I should say, at the time of recording. And I was like, I should really go to bed because I'm really tired and this team is going to cause me pain. And the game started, and I was like, oh, we're actually like not bad. We're okay. We're passing the ball, we're doing football. Yeah, Raheem Sterling's not been great. Conor Gallagher's not been great, but we're playing okay football. Diasi's looking comfortable. Colwell looking comfortable. Jackson looking really good. I was quite optimistic, and then we do this thing sometimes. We did it a lot last year, where we just stopped defending. We just stopped defending, and we just basically were like, you know what, these really fast Liverpool attackers. Let's just give them space to run and play through balls and to score goals. So that wasn't very good. Diaz scoring just after 15-minute mark, which was very ideal. And then luckily, Mohamed Salah is too eager for his own good and strays offside 10 minutes later, and we dodge a bullet. And then Diasi scores just after the half an hour mark with the worst kind of goal you're ever going to see. But it counted. And then Chilwell did what Salah did 20 minutes before and was caught offside because he was too eager. Probably more excusable for Chilwell because it's that blood rush to the head moment. Like, oh my God, I'm through on goal. Let me just run straight. Salah, as a striker, you should probably know better to run across your line, hold your line, run across, use that diagonal run rather than running straight towards the goal. But it is what it is. I'm not going to complain. And the second half was dull as batshit. So once again, not really a whole lot of lot of surprises there. Liverpool's team is so unbelievably attacking. Like Liverpool's team in that game against Chelsea was so attacking. Like they need a 6. They need a 6 big time. Like they desperately need a 6 because you can't play McAllister as your deepest midfielder. Zabolazai isn't a deep midfielder, and what you played Gakpo was like a 8 or a 10. That's not sustainable. That's not sustainable in the slightest. Caicedo, I mean, we'll touch on the transfer drama a little bit later on, but it looks like Caicedo's coming to Chelsea. It looks like Lavia is coming to Chelsea as well. They need a 6 quickly. And I'm not even sure Caicedo is a 6. Lavia is more of a 6 than Caicedo, I think. Caicedo plays a little bit more box to box, but yeah, they need a 6. Their team is stupidly attacking. They basically played with 8 attackers. Gakpo, McAllister, Zabolazai, all attackers, plus the fullbacks and obviously the front 3. Left Van Dijk and Kanate exposed at times a little bit, especially with those like, I don't know how to describe them. The plays where Chelsea move the ball out wide and then play that 1-2 bang switch out wide. I feel like we were able to expose them a little bit with our overlapping run with Reece and Chilwell, and obviously Sterling drifting out wide, with Chukwuemeka and Gallagher as well pushing forward. But can I just say, how good is Enzo Fernandez, by the way? Enzo Fernandez is a fucking baller. Like, he's a freak, man. Like, he looked so composed, so calm on the ball, even against this manic Liverpool press that was looking to get the ball and get turnovers in high areas all the time. I don't even know if he got dispossessed at all throughout the game. He was exceptional. Like, he was exceptional. He completed the most dribbles throughout the game. He got dispossessed once. Throughout the whole game. He won 5 ground duels, 2 successful dribbles, 90% pass completion rate, 2 key passes. He was unreal. Like, he was unreal. And that is a very good sign for Chelsea. Very good sign. Because 120 million, the expectations on him to perform, and he performed really well. So, big tick for Chelsea. Liverpool just need to balance up their team, I think, because it's far too attacking for my liking. But yeah, that's basically what happened out of the first week of the Premier League. Most impressive, I would say probably we'll go most impressive team and player. I genuinely think the most impressive player was Enzo. I think the most impressive player was Enzo Fernandez. I thought he was very good. From the games that I saw, Isaac was very good in his game. Obviously, Haaland was exceptional, as he always is. Haaland was exceptional, as he always is, right? Who else was pretty good? I thought Matoma was very good for Brighton. That was a game I watched more intently because it was a goal rush. I thought Matoma and Pascal Gross were very good for Brighton. And yeah, Enzo was good. Isaac was really good. The Arsenal game, no one really stood out for me in the Arsenal game. Like, no one really was like, oh, well, they're exceptional. Like, Saka was good, got man of the match, scored his goal, took his goal nicely. Forest were actually okay. Timber was quite good before he got subbed off with an injury, so that's going to be a watch this space for him.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a very solid Premier League weekend. Like nothing too out of the ordinary, nothing too extreme. Obviously, the United Wolves game is still to play. I don't know the result at the time of filming, but if I was to go most impressive team, it would have to be Newcastle. Yeah, you beat Villa 5-1 at home opening game week. That's a great result. And I'm gonna go, yeah, most impressive player Enzo Fernandez. Most impressive team Newcastle United. They're probably my most impressive kind of player and team from the first Premier League weekend. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not both of them can keep their performances up. I think Enzo Fernandez is a freak, and Newcastle shocked me because I thought Villa were going to put in a very good fight considering the signings and the reinforcements that they did make. Obviously, none of them played all that much, like I mentioned. Obviously, Pau Torres coming on after half an hour, and I think was it who came on at halftime? Someone came on at halftime for them. Tielemans came on at halftime. Coutinho coming on with later on in the game. So yeah, Newcastle very good, and Enzo was very good as well. So they're probably my most impressive kind of player and teams across the Premier League weekend.